Welcome to the Nerd Party.
I'm Darren Moser.
I'm Philip Gilfus.
I'm Daniel Prue.
And this is City Alpha 3.
Hello and welcome to City Alpha 3, a Star Trek podcast here on the Nerd Party Network. I'm joined, as always, by my fellow Strandees. This is Darren Moser taking the helm as we talk Trek this week. Daniel and Philip, how has your week been?
Yeah, it's been good over the past week, just because I'm still doing my Doctor Who stuff as far as my rewatch. But I did dip into some Star Trek. Different nights, I watched the DS9 documentary, What We Leave Behind, and then the next night, since I guess I'm paying for Paramount Plus now, I watched Chaos on the Bridge too. So I got the my full Star Trek documentary experience last week.
Because when do they drop? What was it? To the Journey, the Voyager one. I think it's soon, right?
No, it's not soon.
Oh,
yeah.
I thought I saw something that like backers got to see it. Which
we did.
Which I thought meant like then everyone else would get to see it relatively soon.
You're so naive, Derek. Yeah. Well, that's because I'll tell you, just to reiterate, because backers, it did a New York premiere, LA premiere, I believe, and then London premiere, which is the one I went to, obviously.
Why didn't you go to the New York one, Phil?
But the way they sort of have showed it to us and then talked afterwards, because there was a Q&A with the director, but it's basically, it's like, for the Q&A, it's like, it's kind of locked in, but I mean, you can say something and, we can't refilm, but
right.
Play with
if you have
stuff.
A better idea of like, oh, I wish you had if you grouped all of the talking about 7 of 9 showing up parts into one location, that might run better. Something like formula might change, but like you said, they can't shoot anything more. They have to save it in the edit, as it were.
I mean, this is not, I'm not an official source, but just from the vibe, I mean, I would think we're looking at summer of 25.
Oh, well, that's not terrible. I mean, you made it sound like we're still 3 years out from, making it to the Delta Quadrant.
But yeah, it's not next month or the month after or the month after or the month after, but
Okay. No, that's not bad. I've waited long enough. I can wait a little longer.
Having seen all three, which do you like the best?
I mean, DS9, it's a no-brainer.
It kind of is the standard. Like, it did such a good job.
And and this is sort of a separate topic, so I'll be short. But it also depends what you're going for. Because obviously Chaos on the Bridge was going for, they had a very tight focus. To the Journey, the Voyager one's going to be very behind-the-scenesy. Whereas Far Beyond I keep wanting to say Far Beyond the Stars. But What We Leave Behind is more the character story of it all. And so, yeah. And actor-based, more actor-y based than, say, behind the scenes.
Right. And I mean, I get the Voyager one being more behind the scenes-ish, because that's the funny thing is, like, overall, we haven't seen very much behind the scenes of the Berman era. Like, there's I think we've probably seen the most in TNG because they would put like a blooper reel in every single disc. But even that, like, those are bloopers. That's different than like, here's a candid shot, while they were filming something, it's always through the camera. So we'll see.
That might be a future topic. What would be the documentary for each of the new series? Like, what's the Discovery documentary going to look like?
Yeah,
Chaos in the writer's room.
Yeah.
Picard,
cool.
You just call that the revolving door.
Just because it's TNG, but it'd be so cool if there was like a documentary that was like, there was one that they had filming while the show was going on. That would have been super cool to see more behind the scenes stuff, but we didn't get that. We got like snippets on like Entertainment Tonight and stuff, I remember. But
yeah,
those little things. But
I mean, you could have, I think it'd be easier to do a more modern documentary in modern Trek, like Discovery onward, because the production timeline is so different. It's much more cinematic. I mean, I totally get like, yeah, we don't have time to pay someone to like run around as our week to week crazy 26 episode series like show is being pumped out. Like a person doing that is a person who could be helping make the show. So I get that. Like that makes sense.
I don't know. You give an intern a camera and you let him talk to people.
It's called a phone, Daniel. We all have them.
Yes, those totally existed.
Didn't Doctor Who do something like that, Philip? Where there were like people that were running around behind the scenes and doing stuff, or am I misremembering?
Oh, yeah, they have. Without getting to it, because they oftentimes it's changed, and even in the new Who, which is not that new anymore, they would have after shows. But I mean, it would be Doctor Who Confidential, or I forget. There's like 3 other names. For some of them, they would give it to the actors. So it'd be like in the 11 Doctor era, they'd give it to Arthur, then they'd give it to Karen to sort of just film as they're going around the set.
Very, very cool. All right. Well, Daniel, did you get to share on what you were Trek watching?
Oh, not too much to share. I will mention briefly, and I've brought these guys up before, but the YouTube channel Red Letter Media, which I've pimped out here many times, but they were talking about Galaxy Quest, and they had Jack Quaid on, and so they love to talk about Star Trek. So in fact, they were mocking Jack because he was talking about Star Trek and he was getting something wrong, and they're like, this guy is actually on Star Trek. And anyways, it's a great watch, and of course we all love Galaxy Quest as well. So there's just a lot of swirling of coolness going on there. But no, other than that, I haven't watched anything or seen anything else.
Okay, now you make me want to pitch the Lower Decks goes into the Galaxy Quest universe.
Ooh.
That'd be fun.
I mean, they have all these reality anomalies opening up. Who's to say?
Oh, I thought you were meaning what would be the Lower Decks version in Galaxy Quest, but those would like all be Thermians because they were technically the Lower Decks.
Well, not in the show. In the actual show itself, they would have been people, right? They would have been regular people.
That's true, but I meant Galaxy Quest is in the universe
it's
that
real,
has
Darren.
a show
it's
called
real.
Galaxy Quest.
But it's not real. So
And you're all
you it was real.
astronauts on some sort of Star Trek.
some sort of Galaxy Quest.
Questing through the solar system? No, you almost had it. All right. Yeah, no, I haven't watched too much. I was kind of coming across some more artwork and things from Picard season 3. And as I love, again, what they did with the Enterprise D kind of refit, but I just wish that we had seen more of it. Like, I want to see, what was it, Narinda 3? I want to see like chunks of planet still on the hull. I guess it's a lot of it comes down to the way they light the exterior of the starship is more modern, so it's darker. There's more like, there's one sun in the solar system, so there's lots of shadow. It's not like the television where the Enterprise was this shining white object flying in the void. So all that to say, as I loved what they did with the Syracuse and all of that, I just wish it would have been, in my mind, from 100,000 kilometers away, you should be able to tell, this is the Enterprise that crash landed, because you should be able to see like that front edge of the saucer, brown or not brown, but just repaneled extensively. I think they missed out on the silhouette of that looking like it was reworked, and they made it way too subtle, in my opinion. Again, it all worked out, but
now who's the new people doing it? Not Eagle Moss.
I don't know the name, but yeah.
I want to say Fan Sets, but that's not right either. Fan Home? Something like that. Anyway, if they put out the Enterprise D Syracuse, I'm like, oh my God, that's so stupid, because only one thing's going to be changed, but I will think about it. I would be like, they just changed, instead of Enterprise at the hull, it'll say Syracuse. It'll be like, and I will think about
maybe
it.
a little bit of repainting. No, you're right. You're right.
I haven't seen like side by sides. Are they that close to the original model? I don't.
Well, and that's the. Oh, you mean side by sides of what? Of the new
version? Like I don't know how much they actually updated it, or
of the Syracuse Steve versus the
like could you tell the difference if you
honestly like at certain angles? There are times when it's flying by, and you have to look for like the word Syracuse on the side of the secondary hull, and there is like repaneling on the front leading edge of the saucer. It's just very, very subtle. Like, so if it's in shadow, like you can barely tell. So in my opinion, I think it should be much more apparent.
If it's doing backflips, it's the new one.
Well, that too, but anyway, small my opinion, my podcast, my opinion. So, all right. Well, today, we are gonna, in true fashion, talk about something that you need to see to believe in an audio medium, which is always fun. But we've done it before, and it always works out, so I'm not too worried. But I thought it'd be fun as we've gotten some new movie branding coming out to go back, way back to 1979.
When disco was king.
When primary colors still were everywhere. So we're going to talk about the Star Trek movie posters. So we'll try to visually describe them as best we can. We are also probably going to hit up a couple of like the secondary posters, because honestly, there were some times where I was trying to tell like which one is the primary poster and which is the teaser. And, it's not, sometimes it's very apparent, sometimes it's not. But yes, so we start back with Star Trek, the motion picture, The Human Adventures Just Beginning. This is the classic, rainbow poster, as you could call it, where the mostly red, yellow, and blue is coming down in a streak from the top of the frame, and it highlights Kirk, Ilea, and Spock. You see the Enterprise kind of ghostly in the middle, also obviously the refit Enterprise. And yeah, it's very much like, hey, here's a Star Trek movie. I'm trying to picture, little Darren, if it was around that time, like looking at this on the kiosk, of my local. Well, it wouldn't have been a Cineplex; it would have been like a two theater. But it says everything. It's got Kirk, Spock, and some girl, and there's the Enterprise that looks. It's very small in the frame of the poster. But what do you two think of this one? Is it kind of grown on everybody as being so? It's been, we'll circle back to this design, guys. Don't worry, it's gonna come back around.
I think the biggest thing, if this came out, and you'd have to wayback machine it, you have to erase everything, I'd be freaking out that there's a new Enterprise. Like, that's not the Enterprise. And I'd be like, what?
It's close, but not quite.
It's so small. I'm trying to like actual, movie poster size, but like bring in that magnifying glass with you to the movie theater. And it's before, like, what's changed? What is this? Is this actually the Enterprise? Is it a different ship? I don't know. And I'd be sort of freaking out over that detail.
No, that's true. And I often, it's hard to put ourselves into the context. When I was looking at the list of posters, I got all my posters from Trek Core because they have a movie poster section. And one of those was the actual, like, which I have behind me, the Star Trek, the motion picture cutaway, which I'm like, it's obviously not a movie poster, but I guess it also came out at the same time, which that's like, hey, we're going to take you deck by deck on how this is different than what you saw on the show. But yeah, I don't know. What do you think, Daniel? Would this have caused you concern if this was the first thing you saw when you hear a Trek movie's coming up?
I don't know. It's hard. I mean, I can't really put myself in that mindset. I will say, looking at it now, though, Spock being in blue, because he's science, makes sense, right? Kirk being in red, and what we learn later about command, right? So, and the Maroons, of course. And then I guess Ilea is she's engineering or something. I don't know if she is or not, but that's what I think when I see this poster. It's fine. It's fine poster. I think it doesn't really tell you much about the movie, though, which I don't really know how you would convey what happens in the movie on a poster. It's not very
It's Star Trek, Daniel. You'll love it.
Well, and that's the thing with posters, especially, is there's the visual impact poster and there's the floating head posters. There's kind of two types of posters you get in general. There's the, this doesn't tell me anything, but it's Star Trek, and I know, and I'm going to go find out more. And then there's, we'll go to the Wrath of Khan one, because that's kind of the, I say floating head, not, these are attached to bodies, but it is more like, let's put as many people on the screen to convey. So this one has, Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan. We got our first Roman numeral, at the end of the universe lies the beginning of vengeance. Again, great tagline there. And we have the Enterprise again, looks like the exact same angle of the Enterprise from the last poster we looked at, but
slightly bigger,
and it's attacking, which I guess would have been regular one.
Which does that happen? Does it? I don't remember. Does that?
No,
because I was going to say,
because that's not it's the Reliant that does. But
before trailers lied to us, posters lied to us.
Yeah. Well, but we have the Monster Maroons. Kirk's got his jacket and his phaser. We have explosions and people about to be sucked into space. There's Khan right in the middle. Again, this one I think is better because we see it's very obvious that this is the bad guy, and we know it's Khan because the movie's called The Wrath of Khan, so it has to be him. We see the creepy, his people behind him in the distance, and in the bottom we're adding some light streaks of futurism. But this one I think is okay, we're starting to go somewhere. It is kind of weird because there's not really I guess Khan would be the center point because he's the kind of the biggest object in the frame, but it's very kind of spread out, with the text so low, and but it's gorgeous look.
People in the middle are the captain and Chekhov. Is that who that's supposed to be? I can't remember the captain's name.
They're coming out of Khan's stomach, so
yeah, it's really hard to tell. I'm assuming that it's just general Enterprise people. I'm kind of thinking engineering because they have kind of that red circle on the chest, and I think it's supposed to show there will be space battle and destruction is what it's kind of conveying.
See, that would have been the movie poster motto: "There will be space battle."
The Wrath of Khan. There lies the beginning of vengeance, but. Yeah.
And I do, just to see if we can connect them all together, even though Khan's floating at the top, they're still going with the two men and Strange Woman. So,
right.
Kirk Spock, Strange Woman. Now we have Kirk Spock, Strange Woman. Of course, it's Savick.
That's true.
But you wouldn't know if you haven't seen the movie. Yeah.
It doesn't look like Kirstie Alley, though.
This is a painting. This is an airbrush painting for sure.
I get it. But I'm just saying.
It kind of, but you know what, Daniel?
Well, eyebrows
I'm gonna go with
show
you that they did the artistry before they hired, and they were like, "Look, she's going to be. We're thinking Vulcan Romulan, maybe. If you could just do that, and then we'll cast it later." So.
Yeah, it's showing. You could see with the eyebrows and a little bit of the ear that you could probably ascertain it's a Vulcan, but not necessarily. Kirk's got his landing jacket with this giant collar. Maybe they were like, let's draw the jacket first and see who they put in as Kirk. I don't know.
But again, and this is just me thinking too much into it. If the poster came out, and teasers or trailers still existed, but they weren't on. I don't know. I'm thinking it in my brain, which is as older than this movie. I don't think I'm trying to remember when trailers were on TV. because that did not happen when I was
They were
growing up.
always with movies, but
Yeah.
being on
Like
TV.
YouTube obviously did not exist. But in other words, I'm saying you see this poster, my first thought is going, new uniforms?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Which was a very big part of it.
There's not so. The first thing you think of is new uniforms, not Khan. Oh, hey, Khan's back. That guy from that episode. That's where my.
Well, it's this. It's, oh my gosh, Khan is back. What are those? And then you zoom in on the uniforms, and you're like, where?
So red.
Although, granted, like after, obviously, we're assuming you would have watched the motion picture before at this point, and this isn't your introduction. So you're like, well, at least there's color because we drained all the color out last time.
I think this is a much better poster than the first one, but I would say
definitely.
remove the Khan's acolytes from behind him because they don't really matter that much, and that weird like people coming out of his stomach. And you're
well, again, we know that those parts have a minor role to play, but I get why they're in the poster because they are conveying that sense of like mystery, like this is something's going to happen, but. Yeah,
and also the Wrath of Khan, the actual lettering and the star field, which it connotes or connotates the warp effect, but not really. But
yeah,
if I'm isolate the whole poster and just look at that, it's like, oh, is this He-Man coming out, or what is this?
What I kind of feel like is they did the top 2/3. And they're like, okay, time to start on that title. And they're like, okay, we need it tomorrow. Oh, okay.
It's spacey, like, right? Do it spacey.
It does it kind of feel like it doesn't feel like the same. Yeah.
I know this
not
is
bad.
This isn't how it works, but I mean, it could just be like, all right, highlight Wrath of Khan. All right, what fonts do we have that'll look really cool and spacey? What is this, 1982 or something, right? So it's like, okay, it's gotta pop out. Oh, okay. Oh, that pop out shadow. Do shadow. Okay. There we go.
Like we want it to look kind of like the openings of Superman, but not.
Oh, that's what it is. Yes.
Yeah. All right. Well, moving on. Okay, guys, it's got to get weirder. Now this is one where it was hard for me to kind of tell which the main poster was. Because I remember both of these. So the search for Spock.
A good memory. This is like 1980.
Well, I remember seeing in reference. I'll put it that way. So let's start with this one. It's simpler. So this is the black one with like a chiseled granite relief of Spock in the middle. I guess he's supposed to be in space. I don't know. It was very earthy.
It's like a constellation.
It says join the search, and you have the Enterprise in one corner and a bird of prey in the other, and it says Star Trek 3, the search for Spock. Very clean, very balanced. Like you see this from a mile away, and you're like, oh, okay, here we go. I get what you're saying now. It is more constellation-y.
Now, Darren,
I kind of first picked up on.
I mean, I'm not correcting you, but I do want to say if you saw this poster, you actually have no idea what that second ship is. It's the Enterprise and a ship you have never seen before in your life.
Well, let's see. I'm looking at the Enterprise first, which looks all beat to heck. It's got scar marks from its fight in Wrath of Khan. They still do the engines weird, where the nacelles are kind of like coupling in the middle, but not like that's a little weird. But yes, the bird of prey, you're right. That's the first time we've seen the bird of prey. But it's obviously an alien ship, even if we don't know that it's Klingon.
It's not even green there either.
Yeah, it's very faded.
Gray. And they've done the worst view of a bird of prey because our
like
brains
straight on.
Our brains are doing this automatically about the long neck. But if you're looking at this thing, it just looks
very
flat.
Squat. Yeah. Yeah. What do you guys think? We can move on to the other one, but I wanted to give you moments to chat on this one. I didn't get the constellation part, but I like it for its simplicity. I'll say that.
Darren, he belongs to the stars now.
I was just thinking, like, naming it The Search for Spock, putting him on the poster. Like, was there any and I don't know if anybody here would obviously remember it, but was there actual speculation of like, are we going to see Spock again? Or was it pretty clear then that it is in hindsight that, yeah, obviously.
Again,
well, I think if you scroll down and go to directed by, I think you can probably guess you're gonna see how that whole thing's gonna work out. Yeah, right there. Keep going to the right.
Directed by Leonard Nimoy. What? Well, and yeah, directed Star Trek Search for Spock, William Shatner, DeForest Kelly.
Well, I bet he's not on the
co-starring James Doohan, George Takei, Walter, Nichelle, Merritt, and Christopher. You're right. So he does not get name billing. So there's a little bit of mystery there.
Yeah, but
a little.
Look, his face is on the.
He's not in the movie that much.
He's the only person on this poster, so you know.
True. Okay, let's go.
Leonard Nimoy's not in the movie that much, but Spock is in the movie quite a bit.
So this one, I think, was more of the teaser. It's the join the search
hashtag before they had that.
My gosh, this one we were talking about the bird of prey. Okay, so we got guy, girl. We don't know, but we do kind of know. Where we have Savick and. Looks like Bones and
in the background.
Sulu? I'm thinking that's Sulu.
I don't know.
But is it?
Who is it supposed to be?
And then there's a shadowy figure to the other side.
I was going to say, Sulu's got it kind of good because you can kind of tell. But I have no idea who this is supposed to be. David? I don't know.
No way.
In case we recast. Look, we recasted Savick. We might recast David. Make it vague, okay?
Scotty? It's very hard to tell.
He's very far away.
Obviously, that's Spock, and it's kind of boar guy with part blue, part pink. And then, here we have the space battle. We have the Enterprise. Again, man, drawing Enterprises, they try so hard. But and then, at least the bird of prey is kind of swooping. I don't know. Is this look? This energy beam just like, pew, little like takes a 90-degree turn, and I don't know it. Yeah, they're still working on flight characteristics, but at least it's swooping, and you get a little more of the neck. It's. But you're right. It's
and then, by the way, also a lie. Enterprise has never hit during Star Trek 3.
Right. This is more again, there's going to be that's true. The space battle we get now,
not much of one.
I have to. There's a more modern one that someone made that was kind of like the top down view in the Mutara Nebula. And that obviously was modern and looked really good. But again, this one, but it also comes down to, does not list, Leonard Nimoy in the list of actors. So,
I mean, he's a cameo, really, if you want to be generous.
But it comes down to, is Spock going to be there?
Yeah, I know. I joined the search, the tagline, which is in both of them. I like it, though. I am trying to figure out how that viral marketing campaign would go. Like
hashtag join the search.
If you decode, you can find Spock somewhere. I don't know.
Right. Get your Spock decoder ring.
Mm-hmm.
It's go to Genesis, find Spock. Join
Genesis, planet forbidden.
Okay, hashtag join the search is a potential episode title. All right. Okay, well, I think we're going to spend a little time on this next one. So this is the main, as far as I can tell, again, main one, the key art, yes, for Star Trek 4. I think they're finally hitting their stride in this one. So we have, obviously San Francisco. It's dominated by the Golden Gate Bridge. Golden Gate Bridge is what I was saying, and we see cars. Maybe they're floating, but they're could be in time. But the tagline says Stardate 1986. How on earth can they save the future? Time travel might be involved in this one, guys.
Can I say a small part of me dies that they put a space in between Stardate?
Yes, you can say that. We can. Okay, our pictures of our people are way better. We're really hitting our stride. You can tell this is Kirk, Spock. We have Chekhov, Sulu, Bones, Scotty with a mustache, and Uhura. We have probably the best shot of the bird of prey. Look at that neck. Look at it's flying. You can tell it's behind part of the bridge, so it's going through the bridge, which is really cool. Lots of light trails. Star Trek 4, The Voyage Home. Look, we got Leonard Nimoy as second billing right there. Also directed by Leonard Nimoy. Spock's definitely going to be in it. I love this poster. I think I have a copy of this poster somewhere in my attic I need to pull down. But
the circle, I mean, it doesn't, but it almost around the faces almost looks like a Q. It just needs that little.
Well, it's weird what they're doing with Kirk and Spock's face. They're like
that is a little. They're kind of melding into each other. Like they're just close to sharing the same middle eye. Like they almost did that.
I don't understand what that's about, but
they're like, look, they argue so much. You guys have exactly the same amount of space in the poster. You are exactly the center. Everyone is equal. Okay, no arguing.
That might have been, we laughed, but that actually might have been.
I mean, Bones has a little bit of color, it looks like, in his face, but then Uhura's and Scotty are just like, a stamp to put that in.
You always have to wonder, like, why? Like, why are they different? And, like, why? Like, yeah, like you said, Bones has, like, a little bit of color. Where the placement is? Why? Why did they pick the way they did? Because it's just...
Well, because, I mean, there is something about billing and size on the poster. Like, it does come into play. And Kirk, Spock, Bones is the main three. And then...
Yeah, but what about the other four? And there weren't... Most of these characters didn't even get on the other posters. So...
Right.
I was about to say... I know, because I've lost count.
Well, because these are all the group that it goes back in time. But you're right.
But who's the first person who's first showing up on the Star Trek 4 poster? Is it McCoy? Or I'm trying to remember.
No, we saw McCoy already.
Wait, this is Star Trek 4. What do you mean?
Scotty.
You mean who shows up in the movie?
No. Not all these people have been on the other 3 posters.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
But it took the 4th movie poster for you to finally show off.
Well, I say this is... God, I'm still not sure. But I think this is Sulu.
Maybe,
but
yes. That's Shadowy McCoy.
And gosh,
Chekhov
it's really
in the back. No.
Really hard. Chekhov is counting his lucky stars. He's on this poster. Okay, he is very excited for joining it. Well, I mean, we can see how many are. Yeah, nobody else is on the international one, which looks like we take the rainbow effect from the first movie and beam it down into obviously San Francisco from the 80s. It's just Kirk and Spock. And Spock is wearing his red with his headband, which is kind of weird.
And his red pants. That's my favorite part here.
Oh, yeah. Why are they wearing red pants?
They should definitely be black.
Yeah. And his tan boots.
Oh, yeah.
But we get the punk from the bus. So I'm giving it, a little bit for that.
Do you remember when they brought him back for...
Yes.
Star Trek Picard, remember that?
Daniel, why do you have to do this?
Yeah, it's just like, why didn't they just put him in his robe? Because Kirk is wearing his regular clothes. There's no... It's really weird. The more I look at this picture, the more I get upset. Also, they changed the date.
Oh.
They traveled back... Oh, because it's international. So probably came out internationally the next year.
Later.
I was going to say... They traveled back to where the 20th century man had never gone before, to a mad, crazy, outrageous time. 1987. Could barely read it through the starburst.
But by the way, looking at this poster, I mean, never, I think, has Star Trek come so close to a Police Academy poster. Because that's exactly when I look at this.
It is a Police Academy poster.
I mean, look, go scroll at the very, very, very top. That is definitely a mouth on Star Trek.
Yeah, I was trying to tell what that...
It's a
was.
comedy. That's
Oh,
what
no,
they're trying to tell
it's
you.
not. I figured. I already figured out when I was looking at this earlier. It's the probe. It's the white above it. It's the sphere from the probe coming down. It does look a lot like a mouth, but I'm pretty sure that's what it's meant to be.
You're right, which is totally. Someone did a lot of work for very little credit.
Yeah.
Are there any actual police in the movie?
Yeah. There's Chekhov talks to the cop about where the nuclear vessel is.
Yeah, that's who he's talking to. Okay.
Doesn't say anything. Just looks at him like he's a crazy person.
It's literally this scene. All right. Oh, moving right along still. Star Trek 4, the bridge poster, great. Star Trek 4, the international poster, little to be desired, but that's all right. I guess we didn't even talk about the Star Trek 4
I feel like it's the book
re-entry. Yeah, I think they put it in like the magazine promos and stuff like that. It's very much like a teaser. Yeah, it is the teaser. So you know, it's like, oh hey, get ready. So actually, we're going to start with the teaser for Star Trek 5. Why are they putting seatbelts in theaters this summer? And we see a floating in space seat-belted movie chair, and then the Enterprise in the background. And this would have been in a magazine, right? This is very much magazine
Stardate
vibes.
does not have a space. Just pointing that out.
Oh, okay, yeah. Stardate June 1989, which also isn't an actual stardate, but that's all right. Any thoughts on the chair poster before we move on?
I mean,
all right,
definitely.
Yeah.
That's definitely no. I want two things. One, is that the old Enterprise in the poster?
Yeah, that's a very crappy drawing of the Enterprise. It's got square nacelles.
No, you're right, the nacelles, but it still
just
doesn't look right.
They spent all their time on the chair. Okay, that is where the effort went.
Was this like, I don't know, like in context? Was this like, were seatbelts big this year or something?
No, I think it's implying that it's going to be such a wild ride.
Well, I get what it's implying, but I'm just wondering because this is a silly.
I don't think you're getting what it's implying, Daniel.
Are you ready, Daniel?
This movie.
I know. No, this. You know what this screams, and this is probably the first one that's doing this.
What about the creepy baby in the nebula in the background? I don't know what I'm.
What does it know?
Yeah.
But what this poster screams to me, and we'll get to it, I think, into Darkness and Star Trek Beyond. This is a concept with no script. There is going to be another Star Trek movie.
Yeah.
What's it called? Final Frontier. So the Star Trek The Final Frontier, right, tells you so much about what it's going to be about.
With
and
a
it's
really
like,
big V. Like
it's going to be thrilling, guys. It's going to be exciting. Yeah, but what's it about? Oh, you're going to need seatbelts.
Buckle up
That's what
for
it's
this
about.
movie.
I'm like, okay, you were just crapping out a movie.
What information can you give me? We can give you a release month.
Yeah,
and
it will be in theaters. That's what we can tell you.
Yes. No, I think you're absolutely right. All right, so the main airbrush one, we're back to Kirk and Spock. Everyone else sucks to be you. You don't get to be in this poster anymore.
They got to be in the good one.
So on June 9th, adventure and imagination will meet at the final frontier. Okay.
Still not ready.
You got the Enterprise A flying at us, which looks pretty decent. Okay. And then we have a mysterious horse riding individual with a whole bunch of other horses. And then you look and you see directed by William Shatner, and you're like, oh no. So this one, like you said, it doesn't. Star Trek 4, I think, so far is my favorite, where it's like really clear what this movie is going to be about. And this one is like still in the adventure and imagination.
We assure you Kirk and Spock will be in it.
Yeah.
And the Enterprise.
Yeah.
Yep.
And also horses, which is
okay. Hold on. What's this about horses? Don't make it vague. We may recast. Make it vague.
Space horses. Yeah.
I mean, because look, if you had put a Vulcan on a horse, and you could still not maybe tell who it is, that would have been cool. But this is just, I don't know, someone on a horse.
Yeah, it's a shadowy figure.
Skeletor.
Yeah, it's very unsure and there's a lot of them. This very much gives me like Star Trek 2 and Khan's people in the background. Like, you know, they're in it for half a blip, but we're going to kind of put them in the mystique of the poster. Again, we've crested, guys. We're heading downhill. Maybe we'll pull up, but yeah.
Can I just point a very, because we're getting into where you would think my brain memory would have kicked in, because we're now in 89, 90? Because obviously 4 was 87, 86, 87.
But anyway. Stardate June 89. Did you not see the chair poster?
There you go.
Philip,
he was very distracted by the very bright red chair.
Yes.
Exactly. But I'm just thinking, for a movie about God, you know, ish.
It's not about God. It's about the final frontier. But yeah,
I know. But like, this did not get protested. Because I just think about so many movies of the time
nowadays. Yeah,
like A Life of Brian, Monty Python, or like anything that vaguely, you know, it doesn't happen as much in the past 20 years. But like in the 80s, 90s, I'm surprised this. You know, I mean, I'm glad, but I'm surprised I didn't get a few like Star Trek's fighting God, you know, protests. So I don't know.
Right. All right. So we got two for this one. Let's talk about the main one. All right. Oh, we got lots going on here. Star Trek 6. We're at a Dutch angle, gentlemen. Dutch angle has happened. The undiscovered country. We're beaming up the heads, the giant space heads of Kirk, Spock, and McCoy. We have the Enterprise. We have an old Klingon ship and a new Klingon ship. That's actually happens in the movie, but in the space.
Well, not at the same time, but that's okay.
Well, yeah, it's true. Battle for
That's true.
People. No, technically.
Well, no, they're not both attacking the Enterprise at the same time.
Well,
yeah, that old Klingon ship never fires.
Yeah, the battle for peace has begun, and we have, you know, our
Shadowy
main
figure.
villain in the background who looks like a Klingon with a big old eye patch. I'm sold, guys. Klingon with an eye patch and rivets. And then we would later learn as the destruction of Praxis opens.
If you go back to the top, though,
yeah,
the eye patch goes much further than the actual rest of the face does, so it just kind of sticks way out there. Which is weird.
But if you kind of like faded it out like the rest, it would be like, what is it? I think you have to keep.
Yeah,
the whole
I know,
eye
but
patch.
that looks funny. It just looks silly. They could have fixed it another way, I'm sure. But
oh, look at that shot through the entire sauce. That's totally going to happen.
To me, this is the best poster so far. Because, I mean, the faces are a little weird. I think you could have softened the faces because it's a little too real. Like, more of like the Star Trek 1, 2, and 3, where it's more artistic instead of like, they just like cut and pasted the face, put it over there, and then put it in the beam. But this is my favorite one for accuracy, for thrilling. Because, I mean, look, the Enterprise getting attacked, 2 Klingons. Shadowy figure,
and I like the fact that one is an older ship. Like that actually says way more than if there were 2 Bird of Prey. 2 Bird of Prey says like, oh, a space battle. Old one means like, is this like an old guard, you know, ship returning from the past to attack them? You know, who knows? Who knows?
I think you're reading too much into it, Darren.
And the battle for I'm supposed to read into it. It's what the poster is for.
And this is the first time McCoy gets equal face billing.
I mean, he's still third in the stack, but yeah.
He's closest to the explosion.
Yeah.
And then we'll touch on it just for a second, because I remember seeing this one way more, the Star Trek 6, where it's like the weird, creepy space head. I don't like this one. It's not nearly as good as the last one. It's just, obviously this was the teaser. Yeah. Now, see, I think if one of these posters had thrown in the Excelsior, now you're cooking with gas. All right, so then we're gonna jump to Berman Trek in the middle here. Star Trek Generations. Let's start with the teaser. They're very similar. I mean, I'm switching between them, and it's like almost the exact same poster. But we have the new kind of boldly chevron in an oval. I don't know. I wasn't ever a huge fan of the oval chevron, except for like when it was a Borg cube flying through. But it's the Enterprise D, and it's flying. Star Trek Generations, 1994. It's not really telling us anything. This teaser is saying there will be a Star Trek movie, and it's actually pretty well drawn Enterprise D.
This is where I'm actually going to get nostalgic because I love the colors.
I do like the
choices,
colors,
on these posters a lot, and I remember vividly like having this imagery on all the games and stuff that came out, and all over all the promotional materials. I have very fond memories of the generation stuff. So even I don't know what it is about it. I feel like I look at it and it's like very, very nostalgic.
Takes you back to 1994. Yeah, no, it does to me too. Yeah.
I also find it very interesting, and this isn't the first poster that's done this, but how much they squish Star Trek. Like, it is generations, and like, Star Trek. But I'm like, look, it's the Enterprise. Like, it's not we're hiding anything. Like, it's not.
I want to see that Generations movie, whatever it's about. I love me some family. It's like that's not going to happen.
Like, I could get if it was like Wrath of Khan or even Voyage Home, because it's like, it's generic space battle or time travel shenanigans. But like, Star Trek Generation is because of Star Trek. Like, I don't know what to tell you, buddy. It's a Star Trek movie.
Yeah. Well, and then the main poster is, again, that main chevron oval. Enterprise is flying out of the middle. I like the flying away Enterprise better. It just looks more intriguing. The one flying out at us is kind of like, it's just lame. But this one's like 2 captains, 1 destiny, Kirk, and Kirk's going to be in the Star Trek The Next Generation movie. Oh, interesting.
That's lying though too, because those 2 captains do not have the same destiny.
That's true, but they do. Their destiny is to meet.
Okay, well, I guess then that's an interesting way to bend that. I feel like that's not exactly what that poster is implying, but
destined to be captain of the Enterprise. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you.
I would have loved for this poster to have lied more. If they had shown the Enterprise D's there on going out to the right, at least from my point of view.
Oh,
they showed the Enterprise A going from the left. And it would have been
Enterprise
like,
A isn't anywhere in this. Yeah.
What? Well, you have Kirk, so like you could have just totally lied and be like, "Yep, they're gonna meet, guys."
Or no, make it even weirder. Do it the Enterprise B silhouette, and then people are like even more baffled.
Yeah.
So, all right, guys, we're about to cook with gas. We're about to. We're going to stop with the teaser for Star Trek First Contact.
This is what we're talking about here.
Yeah.
This is what we're
so we have like another Dutch angle, guys. Dutch is back. It's like you're right up on the Borg cube. The Enterprise E is flying over it. Resistance is futile. Star Trek First Contact. Boom. Christmas is going to be amazing. Yeah. This one got me so hooked. I'm just like, Borg. Yeah. It's a great teaser.
It's cool. It's cool.
There's not a lot to say once we say what we say, but
and also this shows the new Enterprise.
Yep.
It does. You're right.
So,
what do you think, Daniel?
It's tiny and far away, but
all right. Enterprise is always tiny and far away in these posters, apparently.
No, it's cool. I mean, obviously, I like the scale of the cube. You can't even tell what it is. It's so big. That's super cool.
Trek fans can tell what it is, but
we knew what it was for sure. But
it's
cool. And obviously, we're definitely getting way more into modern, like visual storytelling now. So it looks like an actual.
Still only 96, but it feels way more. Yeah.
And you can see before JG, we were doing lens flares. I mean, look at how blurry that Borg cube is. Look at all those lights. Come on.
Yeah.
That's true. I never, I always felt when I looked at this, it was like the Enterprise was kind of like strafe attacking it. But now it kind of feels like the cube is chasing it down in a way.
But neither of those things really happen.
No, you're right. Because you wouldn't have the streaks over the cube if it was, I don't know. Where are they going? Who knows? To the past.
We were chasing. It chases the cube.
All right, guys. It's
here we go.
Picard, Data, and girl we don't know. We're back to
2 men and a strange woman.
We're back to standard. 2 men and a strange woman, and a whole host of characters that are the. It's just. Is there not a more Star Trek poster? It's this one. This is the main one with the Borg Queen, Data, and Picard. We have the Enterprise again flying always looking good, and
Are
a
they-
whole host of Borg.
I'm looking at those uniforms because again, new uniforms. We don't know about them, though. We're getting to the age where it was you could see some stuff. In
That's
magazines.
true,
But the coloring looks generations, even though it is clearly the new uniforms.
Yeah, they kind of add some reddishness in the cloud to make it look, but it's very hard to tell. But
Because it looks like both of them are wearing a blue collar when they should both be wearing
Yeah.
different colors, red and yellow.
well, and I just noticed that, this Borg guy is the same as this Borg guy, is the same as this Borg guy. So we had a little bit of copying pasting going on.
The Borg Queen doesn't have tubes going into her jaw like that, or cheeks. So that's
No, or her head right up here. It's
Yeah.
like they kept
It's
the
all
top
back.
of her head and then they added the side ones.
interesting. It must have been just before.
Her eyes also weren't like this weird silver.
Yeah.
But again, the poster conveyed. Man, Patrick Stewart looks super young in this poster. I'm just gonna say. All right, yeah, I think.
Well,
this one-
he had to get fit for those tank tops.
Oh yeah,
from the
tank
top of the
top
engine room.
scenes.
Yeah.
So,
But I mean, out of all the shadowy figures we've done so far, Borg are the best shadowy figures. Like, because you know what they are.
They
You
are.
don't have to have any detail, just silhouette, and we're like, oh, that's the Borg.
well, and
People
remember,
on horses. It's like,
and this was also the first time seeing the Borg in the new Borg, because this is
Oh,
not
that's
what the
true.
Borg look like. This looks like way scarier Borg than Best of Both Worlds Borg. So, lots of shoulder
So now
pads.
we've moved past the good stuff.
Okay, well, it's
Well, I was going to say, do you feel like Frakes felt bad? I mean, look, I know he's directing, so he was getting paid, but like, all the other TOS, it's always Kirk Spock, and this
Yeah.
one is Picard and Data, and you're like, oh, okay.
No, I think he was fine. Like you said, he got double paid, so I think he's more than happy.
But they said, don't worry, it won't happen again. And okay, anyway, go ahead.
all right. The Battle for Paradise has begun. XAA, this is going to be a planet-based movie. This one.
No strapping into your seats for this one, guys.
No, doesn't really tell you anything. Like, yeah, shadowy figure, but we don't know who that is. We don't know what's going on. There's a planet. But it's not nearly as striking as First Contact. And it's the only one I could see. I don't think it had a teaser.
Squishing that Star Trek.
Yeah, it's fine. It is relevant to the movie
Yeah.
because we see the guy, the guy.
Because again, this is where if you're going to lie to us. So like Insurrection, which again is a terrible name for this movie. Then do something insurrection-y on the
Yeah.
poster, like Picard's throwing away a pip or something.
Or
I don't know.
do a scene of like, kind of like Civil War where like half the crew and half the crew and they're like facing each other and they're obviously having like a heated discussion and you're like, does the crew insurrect against each other? Like, I don't care that it doesn't happen. Make them think about it.
But you could do like even the tagline, right? That's what you call it. Could be like Picard versus Starfleet. Who will win? Or it could be. Come on,
Yeah.
guys, go crazy.
One too many badmirals, something. All right, we're not going to spend time on this one because,
Instead, we're going to spend all our time on.
Oh yeah. Okay. Again, I'll jump into the teaser on this one for Nemesis. So it's got the back of Tom Hardy and his super beetle shimmer shoulder pads. Generation's final journey has begun. Star Trek Nemesis. There's a dagger. Again, are we supposed to ever think that this is actually Patrick Stewart? No, like that doesn't make any sense. So, and then
So his costume is so ugly. I cannot believe
Yeah.
they put a
and then
whole
even in the main
poster.
one, they keep him all in shadow, and it's like giant Data. Pick up this one. This one is even worse than Nemesis, which I don't think I was gonna, or even worse than Insurrection. But
This feels like somebody just got Photoshop for the first time.
Yeah.
Just messing around with it. Like it doesn't feel like an actual studio produced this.
Because yeah, like Picard looks like Nagilum, whatever. In the like why is his face bigger than Data?
He does.
And then Tom Hardy, his character has a name, but I'm not using it. I get what they're going for, but when I see that character, I think, is this a rock concert?
He's not even listed in the billing. It's Patrick's.
His character was and he was new, right? Like he was like an up at that point. So
no, I know, I understand that. It's just
shadowy figure. We can recast if need be.
But also, like how First Contact felt like it was sort of revving up to modern times. Like this feels like a early 2000s poster in all the worst ways.
It is an early 2000s.
No, I know. I'm just saying, like it feels like
learned all the wrong lessons
X-Men
of that.
Poster. Yeah, exactly.
It just looks so like blockbuster, cheap rental. Like it's right next to like.
It's also very green. 3. Like every time I look at if you're walking down the sci-fi horror section of Blockbuster, it's like, oh, Star Trek's lots of blues and grays and reds, and it's like, oh, and the green one at the end of the row. But yeah, well, guys, green was great. What about blue? Because Star Trek 2009. So we have a few for this one. Let's start with this one. So this is the one with Kirk. I guess it's Kirk. I guess it's Spock. And I guess it's Uhura, as they're all blue tinted at the top. And we see the Enterprise being built on the ground. And Kirk on a bike. The future begins.
Kirk's
which
on it
I
twice.
don't even remember this tagline ever being used. But
is this what? Oh, you guys are smarter than me. Before or after Batman Begins? 2009.
After, because Batman Begins was 2008, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think this is what we're stealing then.
Yeah. So, okay. Again, not a terrible poster, but I think as far as
that's the winner.
Yeah. Being iconic, it's the white and black one with the Enterprise being smooshed or something, streaked. Again, it's the new Enterprise, so it already has weird proportions. And although granted, I will say for like 9 out of 10 of these posters, the Enterprise is not drawn well, so this doesn't really bother me at all. But this is basically just Star Trek is back, because it'd been a couple years, guys. So
but I think a poster like this, I think less is more, because obviously, well, I say obviously, it calls to mind that one version of the motion picture poster. But for 2009, leaving aside the actual film, you don't need to say much other than it's back, baby. So you don't really need to sell anyone other than
open up your
baby.
wallets May 8th. That's
shut up, don't ask questions.
No, you're right. All right. Well, I'm going to jump to the teaser poster for Into Darkness, because I actually feel this one's way better. This is the one where Khan, we can't do, it's Khan, somebody.
Darren, shh.
Is standing in the
John,
middle of a blown out building. And the cool part is the hole in the building and the rubble combined makes a Star Trek Delta. I'm like, okay, that's actually really clever. There's going to be about war and terrorism and destruction and death.
Yay!
Remember the fun things that you guys remember.
Yes, the happy.
Do you remember how we talked about earlier when they were like, they should lie to us more? Well,
yeah, we said that a lot. Yeah,
you get what you ask for sometimes, and maybe don't lie to us about the main character that's on the poster. So.
Well, yeah. So you have that one, which I remember. I like this one.
Yeah, I do.
It's like just enough Star Trek with the Delta shield. I like that. The crashing one. So that was the main one. Star Trek Into Darkness. Again, it's a really weird gradient on the text. Like it really makes it hard to read. And then the Enterprise is crashing into maybe Earth, a planet. But it's like, in the second one, the Enterprise gets blown up. So Yeah. Okay. I think the less said about these two,
I think
better.
I would just say for this poster, it needs more because again, what are you selling me? It's called Into Darkness with the Enterprise plunging to Earth.
Right.
I'm like, that's not getting me into the theater.
Maybe if we got the Vengeance up in the darkness of the corner, like just a hint of it, like a silhouette, like, yeah, no, again, it's resting too much on its laurels it's just Star Trek. That's all we need to say. It's like, well, give us a little something.
And they thought they were like, I remember them thinking they were super clever. Like, it didn't have a colon, so Star Trek Into Darkness was a whole sentence, and they thought that was the.
Oh, I remember colon gate.
Thing.
Yeah, I remember that now.
And it turns out it was really not that like awesome. It was whatever.
No.
That's fine. Yeah.
Oh, guys, it's going to get even more. We're going beyond. Guys, hope is back. Blue is back, and gold is back.
We're going up and not down.
We're going up and not down. Yeah, it's like, it's like, pull up. Oh, no.
Course correct.
So,
is it bad that we're literally signaling a course correction to the movie?
Yeah. So this is the Star Trek Beyond one with just the Enterprise. We need a colon.
Well, look, this one doesn't even say Star Trek on it.
No, it's just the Enterprise. Enterprise is finally recognizable enough on its own, apparently, for the general
It would have
public.
been hilarious if this movie was just called Beyond. I mean, you just had to call it that.
Kind of like, no, so it was like an Enterprise thing where later on it would name it Star Trek Beyond.
Then as far as teasers, this is the one, because this is also the era we get a lot of character posters. I remember this one where it's like 99%, was it Jayla's head, and it just said Beyond. Like, again, this is like, aliens. No Star Trek. No Star Trek. The only thing is the font is the Star Trek, classic Star Trek font. So, that's
that could
true.
be for just some science fiction movie called Beyond. Like that,
right?
Not,
we'll trick them
anywhere.
We'll get their butts in the seats. But the main one is obviously.
I vaguely remember this one more.
Yeah. Oh, actually, this may not even been the main one. I can't remember. Honestly, it was so hard to keep track. But this is invoking a lot of the motion picture where you have Kirk, Spock, and some girl in the red, blue, and white-ish colors. But I mean, we all saw this and we're like, we instantly knew what they were trying to do visually with this. It's a Star Trek movie because we finally called it.
Okay.
Although
the Enterprise is peeking.
This look on Spock's face, like what is going on here? He is like perplexed, curious. I mean, Kirk is like, I still get to be captain, right? And she's like, I'm the captain now. And she's like, what? Yeah, it's all a little nuts. And the Enterprise sort of is coming out of the light. It's very obscured.
You don't want to show it.
But yeah, this one, I kind of remember this one too. It's the mini everyone gets on the poster. This is the international one. That's why. Yeah, very Fast and Furious. Very
Mission Impossible.
Very Force Awakens. Also,
I mean,
kind
it's
of
good.
Star Wars.
I'm not making fun of it.
Star Wars-y, yeah.
So you have the Swarm. You have the villain. This actually says a lot more about the plot than any of the others. We get a motorcycle, guys. There's a motorcycle. Kirk is on a motorcycle
again,
and we have Scotty.
Is the Franklin anywhere in there?
Yeah, it's right there, the top left, isn't it?
No, that's the
Enterprise.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, no.
I don't think so. No, there are others I think that have the Franklin, but not this one. All right, and last but not least, it's yellow. Our Section 31 poster with Michelle Yeoh.
No, it's Star Trek Section 31.
Yeah, so Star Trek Section 31 is how you read it. Yes. So I mean, it's a TV movie, but we'll count it.
In fact, it is just important for us to know that Michelle Yeoh has won an Academy Award, as it is to know that this is a Star Trek movie. So
that's true.
We got her, guys. We got her.
And Michelle Yeoh is as important as Section And 31 is the most important thing why 31? Is it opening on the 31st? No, it is opening on January 29th.
Oh, Darren, that's perfect. Why isn't it an opening on January 31st?
I don't know.
That was stupid. Now that I think
they
about
even
that.
picked a month that had 31 days, and you were
just a week before. They could have waited 1 week.
Well, the movie theaters. Wait, it's streaming. It doesn't even matter. You could drop it whenever you want.
It actually threw me off because the new trailer came out the other day, and it fooled me for a second. I mean, on YouTube, but the trailer starts like, I mean, this is gonna sound stupid. It starts like a movie. Like, in other words, it says like rated PG-13. I'm like, wait, what? This is but wait, this is a TV movie. This is not a real movie, And maybe that's a subtle.
There's no rating board. I mean, maybe they got it rated. I don't know.
No, they did. I seriously, I will show you that new trailer. That's because that's when I saw it. No, it's like a
I believe you. I'm just saying, yeah. Well, and again, okay, I will give it it is very memorable, very striking. The yellow and kind of amber colors. It's it feels super modern. Like there's not a lens flare or star streak to be seen.
This tells you absolutely nothing about
and it also tells you absolutely nothing about
Michelle Yeoh's in it.
And there's a date. It's the 31st. No, just kidding. It's the January 24th. But
only on Paramount Plus.
Only, yeah. Original movie and some copyright text down here. That's even less important than Star Trek. Yeah, I guess so. We'll see. Who knows if we'll even see it? But all right. Well, that was a fun trip through memory lane of, it was fun when we kind of got to the ones we remember from the 90s and seeing those on the movie marquees. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see just where it goes as we get more movies eventually. All right. But Philip, if someone wanted to talk to you about your lens flare, where would they find you?
They can find me on Insta at CAPTSFUFP.
And Daniel, if someone wanted to find out how many radiant starbursts should be coming from the Enterprise warp nacelles, where are they?
You should only have one. That is the number one, not the word. One up, Dan.
just the left nacelle. It's careening through space, but and if someone wanted to talk to me about my minimalist movie posters I made when I felt these movies were so disjointed by their posters, they can talk to me at drsci-fi.com. DRSCIFI. All right. Well, I'm Darren Moser.
I'm Philip Gilfus.
I'm Daniel Brute.
Stranded here on Steady Alpha 3.